Hello, gorgeous souls. Today we're going to talk about when things happen in your life that you don't really want to be happening in your life and how to accept them and learn from them and turn them into something positive. Now, I wholeheartedly believe that everything happens for a reason. I've believed this for a long, long time, since I was quite young. But now I have a different perspective on things because I've learned so much about manifestation and quantum physics and the universe supporting us. So I believe that in our life, anything that happens, we're either manifesting it, and that doesn't necessarily just mean good things. Sometimes we actually manifest things that seem negative on the surface, but actually further us along on our journey, either towards a thing we want to manifest or just into becoming more of who we are and fulfilling our life's purpose. The other time things happen in our life is that the universe is bringing us a beautiful lesson, and that builds us and grows us into the person that we're supposed to be and helps us fulfill our purpose. Or there's one more time that things can happen, and it could be that you are a player in someone else's life, in their journey, and things are happening with you in your life, and you're a part of that, but maybe it's not necessarily something for you to learn from or to grow your life, but to grow someone else's. Anytime something happens in our life, we can choose how to respond to it. I was going to say how to react, but there's a difference between reacting and responding. Reacting is our initial impulse, and responding is when we kind of take a breath and bring consciousness into it and make a conscious decision about, actually, how am I going to take this? So in my life, I try and always accept what's happening and not necessarily think, oh, this is happening for a reason on some superficial level, but accept what's happening and just wait and see how it makes me grow and how it contributes to my life, because it's not always helpful to analyze. Usually what I do is I think, well, what have my thoughts and expectations been leading up into this, and have I somehow manifested it or contributed to manifesting it? And then I think, well, is there a lesson here that I might not see immediately? Is this bringing me further towards who I want to be or my manifestations? And then maybe I'll think about other people and whether I might be playing a part in their life. And then after that, I just let it go. We don't want to read too much into things or get stuck on why things are happening to me, because if everything's happening for a reason, if everything's happening for you and life is happening for you and the universe has your back, that's all you need to know. You can just trust it and watch it unfold in front of your eyes as time goes on. So that's my perspective on why things happen, and I covered that in my other video / podcast as well about will negative things manifest. Sorry about my eyes, those who can see me. I just woke up not long ago. I just wanted to talk. So I'm just getting a little bit sleepy with the lights. All right. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was when things do happen in our life, when we do have a bad day, balancing your energy and looking after yourself. So we bring a little self-care into it. We look after our energy, we protect ourselves, respect ourselves, and we can look into why things happen. But if you've just had a bad day, you can either let it go, or you can learn to look for the lesson or take responsibility for how you may have manifested it. And then you can learn to trust that anything negative happening in your life is happening for a reason. Now, my business coach, James Wedmore, he's more than a business coach. He talks energy and woo-woo, and it's great. He says there are 5 levels of gratitude, and the first level is being grateful for everything you have in your life. The second level is being grateful for everything that's coming. The third level, let me see if I can get these right. I have these written on my fridge, but I don't have it in my hand. The third level, I can't quite remember. The fourth level is being grateful for the bad things that happen, the negative things that happen in your life. That's the third or fourth level. And the fifth level is knowing that there is no bad. So that's kind of what I'm saying here, is that everything is a lesson. Now, you may have heard teachers such as Abraham Hicks say that contrast creates clarity. And it's so true. When things happen in your life that aren't what you desire, it's like a big wake-up call in your face, showing you things. This is what you don't desire. So then what do you desire? If you've just had a crappy negative day, how are you going to learn from that and bring that into your life and set your intentions moving forward? So I had a bit of an intense experience. A friend of mine needed some help, and I supported them and I listened to them. And then afterwards, like, I'm an empath, so I took on some of that energy, and I am now intending on kind of, you know, I've got a video about manifesting for other people. I'm not necessarily manifesting for them, but I have well wishes and good intentions for them that they can change their life and manifest this thing that they're struggling with. Whereas when I was in the moment with that, it was all listening about current circumstances and what's happening at the moment and how things are really hard. So that contrast, we can either get really stuck in, this is the negative thing that is happening, this is the thing that I don't want to have, this is how life is really hard, or and after you get down into all that nitty-gritty, you can come back out of it and start to shift and say, okay, well, what do I want? Now, this is how I changed, this is how I healed my anxiety, this is how I changed my life. It's a really key point, is to start training your brain and your mind in this little way that anytime you are having thoughts that are focusing on things that you don't want, negative thoughts we could call them, because negative is taking something away, negative is things that we don't want, positive is things that we do want, things that we want to bring in, things that we want to add. It's just to shift towards what do I actually want? And sometimes if I'm feeling really negative or I'm feeling really anxious, and here's another little tidbit as well, is that your emotions, your feelings are the messengers. So anytime you're not feeling good, that is a wake-up call, a signal for you to pay attention to your thoughts. What have you been thinking about that's led to that feeling? And then the feeling often perpetuates the thoughts as well. So it's really good to bring in that awareness and say, okay, what's actually happening? What is triggering these emotions? And what is it telling me? Emotions are a messenger. So if I was feeling anxious, or I was feeling negative, or I was having a bad day, I'd think, well, what have I been thinking about? I've obviously been focusing on things that I don't want in life. What are those things? And what do I want? Anytime in the moment as well, where I go, hang on, this is something that I don't want, or I'm feeling anxious or upset, especially things that are happening in the world at the moment. These things are happening, it's getting me down, I'm getting really caught up in it. What do I actually want? And not suppressing. A lot of people suppress, this is a negative emotion, I need to suppress it, or I'm anxious, I need to stop this anxiety. But it's all about your thoughts. And it's not a suppressing energy, it's not a suppressing action, it's a shifting. As simple as asking yourself, not saying, oh, what's the positive thought I can layer on top of this? Like, what's a positive thinking that I can do to kind of squish it? But how can I shift and redirect my energy towards, like, even just that curiosity? Well, if this is what I don't want, what do I want? What do I want? Or even just, how do I want to feel? And what would that feel like? What would it feel like having that thing? What would it look like? What would it feel like? What would the details be if I had a magic wand now and I was in... Sorry if I just cut off the end of my word there. The kids are coming in and out this morning because I'm doing this while I have my kids here first thing in the morning, because I wanted to talk about this. So, yeah, I really think it comes into, I think it's about using that curious energy and not a suppressive energy. I think that's really the key. And not even to tell yourself, okay, well, I should think about this, I should focus on this, because shoulds aren't great either. It's just to start imagining. And in that imagining, it will start to lift away those feelings that you've been stuck in, those thoughts that you've been stuck in, and the attachment to the current circumstances. So contrast really is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to create that clarity of what you want moving forward. And having a bad day or having a bad experience or having messy energy, it's not a bad thing. No, there are no bad things. It's just an opportunity. And in thinking this way, it really helps you to let go of the attachment, let go of negativity, let go of secondary emotions, which are emotions that we feel about our original emotions, and seeing it as that opportunity for a lesson. And if it's not a conscious lesson, that's fine too. You can just do some self-care and look after your energy, and you don't need to read into things too much. But I really think that this here has so much power. This is very much related to manifestation, because once we start to see that our entire life is a manifestation, our entire life is leading us towards the things that we desire and the person that we're meant to be and the purpose that we have on this world and in this life, it makes it so much easier to move through life and accept the things that are happening and see the negativity and shift towards the positive thoughts and the positive intentions, and start becoming the conscious creator in our life in this deeper respect, where we take responsibility for what we may have manifested that we don't want. And when we accept things that are manifesting and happening for us, to us, with us, because they might be leading us to something greater and we never ever know. Some examples could even be, I don't want to say not big things, but things in your life, like you find your dream house. This has happened to people so many times. You find your dream home and then you don't get it. You don't manifest it. And you think, well, what's happening? I thought I was doing everything right. I got to that manifesting state. I let go of attachment. I saw it as mine. I embodied the energy. I did all the things, but my house went to somebody else. What is happening? Well, when things like that happen, usually the universe has something bigger and better in store for you. Just before the pandemic hit, I had so many stories of people who they got redundancies and they thought this was a really negative thing, and they thought, why is this happening to me? All those sort of thoughts. Not for everyone, of course, because there's so many people. It just depends on the person. But tons of people who got redundancies, or people who decided, hang on, I feel called to start my business right now. And a lot of the people who got redundancies, maybe they did start their business. They got this payout, their redundancy, and then they could start their business, and then the pandemic hit and it was a beautiful opportunity. Or even people who aren't in business, they got a redundancy and then suddenly they couldn't work anyway, and it was beautiful timing, and it was the universe looking after them, even though in that moment it seemed like a negative thing, like something that they didn't want. So there are so many, there are countless examples, because this is life, right? This is an endless catalogue of things that could possibly happen. But anything that happens, I've been through some negative experiences in my life, some very heavy contrast, but it's just been a lesson, an opportunity for me to grow and be strong and be resilient and discover who I am and grow into the person that I am and support other people in a deeper way and unfold my life and move further on my purpose and have lessons and growth. I love the term opportunity for growth. Instead of this is a struggle, this is a hard thing, this is a negative thing, this is the universe giving me an opportunity for growth. And that allows you to get excited about the things that don't feel so good in the moment, that are negative and that you don't want, because you could even take it as a sign when you experience those things that, hey, this is an opportunity for growth. I'm going to the next level. I'm up-leveling my life. The things that I want are manifesting for me, and this is like trudging through the swamps or something, because you're on this epic adventure of life, and you're going to, I don't know, you're going on an epic journey to find the crystal gem at the end. You're going to find your manifestation or your dream house, or just the complete manifestation of your fulfilling life and where you're meant to be in life, and you're going on this journey towards it. And there are going to be twists and turns, but they're all part of the story. It's all unfolding for you. It's all bringing out those strengths in you. So that's how contrast creates clarity, and that's how you can turn the things in your life that seem negative or don't seem so great into opportunities, and see them as positive things, and learn to believe and trust that everything is happening for you and the universe completely has your back. So I hope that you find this useful. I hope this helps you to shift towards the things that you do want in life and feel better on a daily basis, because it's really a beautiful way of thinking, and it makes life flow, and even the hard times flow with greater ease and greater enjoyment, which is crazy. So I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.